Barty and Karolina Pliskova have both reached their second career slam finals at this year's Wimbledon Championships. Will Barty go 2 for 2, or will Pliskova finally rid herself of the title of being a slamless former number 1? I'll break down this match and give my ultimate prediction of who I think will raise the Venus Rosewater dish here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today. Ash leads the head-to-head 5-2 and has won their last 3 matches, including their Stuttgart encounter from earlier this year. Barty's had the better season of the two, by the way. Karolina struggling a lot prior to the championships. However, she's been on fire thus far, cruising through most of her matches, playing a total of 8 hours and 30 minutes. Barty's been pretty efficient too, playing just under 9 hours. Ash began against Carla Suarez-Navarro, where she dropped her only set of the tournament thus far. She then got by Anna Blinkova and Siniakova in the semi-tough straight setters, before getting a solid win over Roland Garros champion Barbora Krejcikova, taking that one 7-5, 6-3. Barty then dominated compatriot Tomljanovic 1-3, then defeated 2018 champion Angie Kerber 6-3, 7-6. Ash has definitely improved as the tournament's gone on, and I keep saying that match against Krejcikova was the turning point for her, coming back in that first set to turn the whole match around. Since then, she's cut down on her unforced errors significantly, which has made all the difference. In her semifinal match against Kerber, Ash started really well and did well to dictate and move Kerber around, then take the net whenever the German was out of position. She did start to waver towards the end of the first set, possibly due to some nerves, but was still able to close. However, Kerber, sensing a dip in Ash's game, began upping the ante and started taking control of the points. Kerber had 3-0 and 5-2 advantages, but Ash still looked in control of the match, having a steady demeanor. She began steamrolling on her serve once more and started controlling things even on return, regaining her aggressive court positioning. Meanwhile, Karolina started against French Open semi-finalist Zdenczek, winning 7-5, 6-4. She then dominated Donna Vekic, Teresa Martinkova, Lyudmila Samsonova, and Victoria Golubic without too much drama. The semi-final against Arna, though, was much different, Pliskova needing to go the distance to eliminate the second seed 5-7, 6-4, 6-4. In that semi-final match, Karolina was the better player in all 3 sets, but couldn't break to save her life in the opener, going 0 for 8. However, in those final 2 sets, she made great use of those breaks she was able to get. I thought that was probably one of Pliskova's best ever matches. She served very well, striking down 12 aces, and she won 78% of first serve points and 69% of second. She was also super solid from the ground, having nearly twice as many winners than unforced errors. I was impressed by her steadiness in the extended rallies, as she won the majority of those longer exchanges. Pliskova too spread the court nicely, getting Sabalenka on the move quite a bit. Most notably was the Czech woman's composure, because other than a bit of frustration in the first set, she remained calm throughout, especially when serving out the match. Looking at the actual matchup here, once more it will be a different contest for both, as opposed to the semi-final encounters. Barty has more variety than Arna and will give Pliskova different looks and shots to deal with. Meanwhile, Karolina has more firepower and weapons than Angie, so Barty won't have as many chances to dictate. I think a major part of this outcome will be how both women adjusted playing one another tomorrow. Watching some of their previous matches, it appears that Karolina is more of the aggressor, while Barty is more tactical and works the point more to then give herself chances to do damage. Karolina likes to keep Ash pinned on the outside where she'll hit more backhands, and I believe to combat this, Barty should switch it up and go down the line to get Pliskova out of her comfort zone. I think the same can be said vice versa, because Barty tends to give up court at that deuce side in order to dictate with her forehand on the outside. Kerber took advantage of this at times going up the line, and I think Pliskova should do the same. Maintaining good depth will be crucial for both, because anything short will be taken advantage of. Ash, I believe, should make Karolina come to net not on her own terms. Pliskova is a solid volleyer, but much rather prefers playing from the baseline and then coming in off a good approach. I noticed though in the Stuttgart match that whenever Barty did drag her in, she looked a bit out of sorts and got past nearly every time. Also, Ash's forehand cross-court can be very deadly, dragging opponents all around the court. Surely this will be a good play here in the finals, but I also feel that she should incorporate the inside-out shot more, as Pliskova doesn't hit her backhand as well when she's on the move. Meanwhile, Karolina should continue to strive to get that first strike in here, and much of that depends on how she's serving. The serve has been crucial for her this fortnight, only getting broken 4 times, so it needs to be firing early on, especially to maintain good scoreboard pressure. Ash is a good server herself, actually actually leading the WTA this season in aces. However, it's highly unlikely that she'll serve as good as Arna did, the Belarusian striking down 18 aces in that semifinal. That means that Karolina won't likely have as much pressure to hold serve as she did Thursday. Meanwhile, Barty now has the added pressure of needing to hold because against Kerber, she could afford to be broken as the German didn't have a big serve. However, if that shot is off for Karolina, as the nerves of playing in a slam final could be a factor, Barty has a better shot. Then on the flip side, Barty will probably be the best returner that Pliskova has faced this tournament thus far. The Aussie will surely give different looks on the return, unlike Sabalenka, who stood closer to the baseline and went for it almost every time. Barty can chip the return and keep the ball low and out of Pliskova's strike zone. Before making this preview, I'd give the edge to Pliskova because I still feel like she's been the best player of the tournament. Also, despite popular belief, Barty's game doesn't really trouble Pliskova that much. In their last two meetings in Stuttgart and Shenzhen, Pliskova was in control and had quite a few chances to win, but Barty came up with the goods when she needed them, playing the big points better. That's when she's been doing all championships, finding her best tennis when she really needs it to get over the line. Her steadiness and ability to think things through have gotten her through these 6 matches and those previous ones against Karolina. I feel like if Pliskova wants that major, she'll have to take any opportunity that Barty gives her and not let her back in. I feel like if she is going to win this match, it has to be in straights because of how clutch Barty is. Now, Ash is a big favorite in this final and the attention is on her. People have been anticipating a slam from her for 2 years now, whereas this is honestly a bonus for Karolina after her subpar past few seasons. She's still been under the radar this tournament compared to Barty, playing her first few matches on the outside courts, while Ash has been on center court 5 times. Thus, I think the pressure will be on Ash and feel that Pliskova will handle the occasion better early on, being the cooler of the two players. I was very close to having Pliskova come through in 2 tight sets, but something tells me that Ash will once again problem solve and find a way, so I have her taking this one in 3. Now, in both of their press conferences, Ash and Karolina talked a bit about playing in this momentous occasion.
Yeah, I think it's all about the moment. It's all about taking it in. It's about enjoying it. I think when you're playing in a big match like that, of course, there's a lot on the line, but it's also very easy for me to fall back in the fact that this is a game of tennis. There are obviously so many things that I do, and kind of I work so hard behind the scenes with my team to try and put myself in these moments, but it's also really important to enjoy the moments.
So far, my second final and second time I'm playing against a player number 1. No, I think it can be any better than that. I mean, you want to play the best player in the final. Of course, I don't want anybody else than her there. And we had some good matches. Of course, I lost a couple times, but I think she has just, extremely difficult game to play. It's going to be difficult on grass because of her slides and just her game overall. But, it's a final. Anything can happen also for her. I mean, I know she has a Grand Slam, but also for her it's a first Wimbledon final. So I think we both have good chances, and it's going to be hopefully a good match to watch as well, because with her it's always interesting, and then we're going to see what's going to happen.
That's all for my women's final preview, and let me know whether you agree or disagree about Barty taking the title in the comment section below. Also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post the men's final preview. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.